Hi everybody. I know it's like 1:20 in the afternoon and I am just starting breakfast because I just woke up. Because let's face it, it's Groundhog Day and what better thing to do than sleep? I'm gonna try, and I have this like all kind of rigged up here so that I can talk to you while I cook. Hopefully this thing doesn't mess up, but I'm going to try and get on here so that I can kind of follow along. Yesterday I wasn't able to participate with talking to any of you because I didn't know who was there because I couldn't see. I was driving. So let me just give me a sec. Come on, work. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Hello, Jonathan. Hello, Shauna. You made it. Woohoo! Okay, so you can see clearly that I haven't been able to take that's going to drive me crazy, the monetization off my channel yet. I went in and I was trying to figure it out, and for some reason I cannot get back to that space where, hi Teresa, where I can turn it off. So let me swipe here. I think I can swipe these off. Wait, let me see. Hide. Okay. So I just wanted to touch bases with you all again this morning. Whoops. We had quite an interesting conversation yesterday, and I really hope that everybody takes a little bit of our conversation from yesterday and does a little bit of research on it. Come to your own conclusions, come back to me, share what you found. I would love that. But I also wanted just to kind of share some good news too. There are some good things that are coming out of this. I know that there's a lot of talk everywhere, and all the news that we get right now seems to be and feels so very negative. It does. I mean, we're just in this really strange, crazy space, and we've never been here before. And, there are so many very frightening components to all of it, so many components that we don't understand, which creates a lot of negativity within our communities. We don't know. And when we don't know, we're scared. So I just kind of wanted to take a few minutes of your time and just kind of share with you some of the things that I have noticed that are positive, that are taking place through this weirdness. So, and I'm just going to probably be turning around here a little bit to cook as well. So like you're truly like right here in my kitchen, in my habitat, like my stove is right here. I'm like making breakfast food right now. Sausage. I'm going to be cooking some eggs in a minute. I'm going to make some gravy, and there's biscuits in the oven. So yum. And that's one of the good things. One of the good things about this, I've noticed for myself, and I don't know how all of you are doing, but I've lost weight. I've been losing weight during this time. At a time where you think that, oh, well, we're just sitting around doing nothing, and we're probably going to be, stuffing food in our face and gaining tons of weight. That's not happening across the board. And I think it's great. I think that a lot of us are cooking at home. Well, duh, we have to cook at home. We're not eating out as much. There's not places out there that are open for us to sit and convene. So we're either picking up healthier food and bringing it home, or we're just making the food ourselves. And with that comes some health benefits. So I think number one, that is super awesome. I think number two, and I think maybe this is probably the best of all that's taking place, is that we live our lives in such a very quick pace. We are always running from here to there to everywhere, just like I mentioned yesterday, trying to stay afloat. We're so busy with work, with sports, with children, with school, with everything. And we're actually at this point able to slow down. We're not so busy. We're able to kind of be a little bit more in the present moment. We're able to, I mean, before this, honestly, I live my life on my calendar from time slot to time slot. What do I have to do next? You know, never, I mean, you know, of course there are down moments, you have some time, but you know, we really have a wonderful opportunity right now to live in the present moment. Not to worry about that damn calendar because there's nothing on it anyways. We don't know when we're coming out of this. So we don't really have plans, which is awesome. So another, I mean, you know, and that just goes along with some of the other things, you know, like we get to spend a little bit more valuable time with our children. We're not rushed. We're not, you know, on a schedule. So we actually can do some things that, you know, we wouldn't normally do. As soon as our weather gets a little bit nicer here, we've been on and off with like some rain and just some gloomy, colder days. As soon as we get through that, I'm going to take off to Shaver. I'm taking the boys for a hike. We're going to go explore. We're going to go and just live in the present moment. Let me mix this a little bit and I'm going to jog over to the comment section. Want to see what you guys have to say. Want to be able to read your comments out loud. Okay, this might get difficult juggling like cooking and talking. So I don't know how long this video is going to be, but Jonathan says he's catching up with his shows. Awesome. I think I've caught up with all mine already. I think I've like run through seasons and seasons of different shows. But it's been fun. It's been nice. Improving your art skills. I love that. You know what? I have really been thinking about, I love to draw. That's something that is a big part of me and the things that I like to do. But because of, you know, just being busy so much, I have put it down and haven't really picked that up. And it's such a perfect time to do that. Thank you for saying that because I'm gonna have to do that. Mark, hi. Linda James, go to my, I meant to tag you. I actually, when I got up this morning, I saw, okay, wait, let me back up. So yesterday I was saying that I was going to delete that video that I had made, and I didn't get a chance. It's still up. I haven't deleted it yet. What happened yesterday was, I think I'm ruining stuff. It took forever to upload. So usually I do like hour-long videos and they don't take that long to upload. For some reason or another, this one, maybe because a lot of people are uploading videos right now because they have nothing to do. But it took, I didn't see it in my video list until this morning. So I couldn't delete it. And I don't know, I might leave it up. I might not. I feel like there's some good information. I guess sometimes I get a little bit worried that like someone's going to mistake what I'm saying and my channel somehow is going to suffer, and I don't want that. So I try and be very, very careful about, you know, the verbiage I use and what I say so that doesn't happen, because I'd be really sad if a time came where they took my channel down and I wasn't able to communicate with you guys like this. But so that happened yesterday. I saw just barely this morning your comment, this is back to Linda James, about the doctor's name, and it's Napodi. And I'm going to just let me turn this down a little bit because my kids would be really sad if I burnt this. And I will spell it for you, or you can go to my Facebook page because you are one of my Facebook friends. And I noticed that after that very first video that I had posted, the one that actually talked about the Schweppes and the tonic water and the zinc, the quinine and all of that his videos have not, that was the only one that got deleted, as far as I can see right now. So I do have other of his videos posted on my Facebook page, but give me just a second and I will pick up my phone and I will look for that spelling so that you can take a look at it. Maybe I should turn that a little bit, the camera. Let's see. Okay, let me get over here. It is, oh no, I don't have Facebook on this one. Okay, you're going to have to go to my Facebook page and just take a look for it. And when I get off this live, I will go to my Facebook page and I will tag you. I will tag you in that video so you can take a look at it. I did record the other video, and I do believe that somebody sent it to me after the fact in my inbox on Messenger for Facebook, and it's on YouTube now as well. So it was Dr. Nepoti, and I think it was like, no, I'm not even going to try because I'm going to get it wrong. But, hi Michelle, how are you? Let's see. So, I'm losing my train of thought because I'm like thinking I'm going to be burning my kids' food because I'm talking too much. But just kind of wanted to touch bases, say hello to everybody this morning. I did not get a chance to get on yesterday again like I had anticipated or I had wanted to, and how I had said I would. I need to just stop saying I'm going to do something because I feel like I let you guys down, and I don't mean to do that. Let's see, how are you guys doing? We were talking about art. Yeah, I love breakfast for dinner. I did do breakfast for dinner the other night. It was awesome. I love breakfast for dinner too. I think I'm going to start sharing some recipes because I've been on Facebook. They have like some recipes that they'll show that are like quick and easy recipes that are absolutely delicious. Like I did broccoli cheese soup the other day. That was awesome. So if you're on Facebook with me, then you'll see, like, I'll post sometimes some of the things that I make that are like something that I've posted. It was delicious, super easy to make. I like made it in under 30 minutes, and it was just the best. But let's see. Yeah, come find me on Facebook. Amber D. Castro on Facebook, and you'll probably like you'll know right away that it's me because you'll have other friends in common, I'm sure, especially if you are part of the ex-Jehovah's Witness community. We have started to kind of grow in our friendships, and we have a lot more, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses friends on Facebook, or at least I noticed that that's what's happening with me. So I did get a question from somebody just recently, and they were asking me to talk a little bit about why the Jehovah's Witnesses kind of seem to know like what's going to happen, or they're directing their flock in advance of some of these things that are taking place. And the only thing I really have to say about that, and I hope you guys can hear me okay over all this, but they're involved. They are involved. They're a ginormous, huge corporation that is part of the 1% that wants this new world order to happen ASAP, which is what they preach about. Their new system, their new world. They are, in fact, in my opinion, grooming their people to be compliant sheep that don't put up a fuss when a new government takes place. And kind of seems like things are happening kind of in that, pushing along in that direction. We shall see. We're in a very, I hate saying exciting time because I feel like that sounded so Jehovah's Witness. But we are kind of in an exciting time where we are firsthand feeling and walking forward into something that is going to be very different. I honestly feel like our world is changing a whole lot as we speak. I'm not saying that certain elements won't go back to the same, but I think that just as just in general, the way that we view things is very different at this point. I think we're going to be pretty skeptical for a little while about coming into contact with other people. I think that fear that they have, that they're driving right now is being instilled in us so hardcore that whether or not we are choosing to accept it, it's becoming a part of who we are, which is really sad. And I'll just tell you, like, from firsthand experience, I'm gonna give you guys a little story. Be a little bit more done, but not too much. I think it was last Saturday night. Yeah, it was last Saturday night. My son, Braden, he has asthma really bad. And I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about this before, but ever since he was a baby, he's been in the hospital, in the emergency room, in the ICU over his breathing. He has, like I said, severe asthma, and probably a minimum of 5 times a year. And that's a minimum, honestly. I go back, it's crazy because Facebook will show you your memories, and I'll go back and I'll be looking at some of those memories, and there's so many memories with Braden in the hospital with masks on his face and just being brave and going through it. But so the other night, last Saturday, he was laying on the couch, and he had started coughing. And normally when he starts coughing, it's because he can't breathe. And so right away we get out, his nebulizer, or, give him some albuterol, an inhaler. And I woke up because, he was coughing, and he had started to vomit. And this poor little guy, it was so awful, but he was terrified, and he started to cry, and he's saying, "Mommy, am I sick? Am I sick?" And it makes me want to cry right now. Like, am I sick? Do I have that disease? Am I going to die? And fear. Just him and me thinking, I'm like there thinking, I was not planning on crying through this. Sorry, guys. But just speaking on how we're so afraid, whether we choose to say, yes, we're afraid, or we don't, it's in us now. But I was like thinking to myself, of course I'm assuring him, you're fine. You just, you're having trouble breathing because we have a new puppy, for one. And we had done a fire outside, and I think some of the smoke from that really irritated his lungs. So shame on me. I should have thought that through a little bit better, but I was trying to entertain children. And anyways, here I am explaining myself. But so I'm thinking to myself, I'm terrified inside, thinking, where did I go? What did I touch? Who did I come in contact with? What have I done? How I've hurt my child in some way, shape, or form. And just going through it that night with him, being unsure, and it was, like I said, like 4 o'clock, something in the morning when I woke up. And it's getting done, my love. Avery's hungry. So what ended up happening is that through the course of the evening, Braden had taken he's 10 years old, so he self-regulates when he takes his albuterol. It's something that he's lived with his whole life, so he knows what he feels like when he can't breathe, and he's allowed to take his inhaler, as he can't breathe. So he told me, I asked him, how many puffs of your inhaler did you take? And he's like, I did he's allowed to take 5 at a time per his doctor. So he's like, I had done 5 and then I did more because I still couldn't breathe very well. So I said, okay. So I realized, quickly after that, he had just kind of overdone it with his inhaler, and he was feeling very nervous and jittery, and it made him vomit because he had overdone it a little bit too much with that inhaler. So, we're laying there in bed though, and I have my hand on his back, and I'm just like, the fear, you're just afraid. You're just like, everything goes through your mind that, what have you done? What could I have done different? How, so we're all affected. We are all affected. So I have, concerns about that and how the world is changing. That's, I feel like, to me, like, that's one of the ways will be changed. I don't know how we're going to be changed with regards to laws and things like that, but I guess we should just take a little bit of time to enjoy the fact that we do have, we're at home without having to rush here and there. We can live in our present moment and enjoy the children and the time that we have, and maybe work on our gardens, maybe work on our art, maybe, I don't know, cook a little bit more, share our recipes, just enjoy some of the time that we do have. Maybe for me, I need to take some breaks off of social media because it gets me riled up. I feel very convicted to share things that I come across that I feel like that resonate with me as being truthful. Also, I wanted to say this too. When I post things on Facebook or when I come to you and I say something to you, I have really done my best to verify what I'm bringing to you and what I post on Facebook, because I would hate to be part of the problem. I really feel like with sharing truths, that it can really be an anchor for us to ground down and realize that we don't need to have so much fear, and to kind of come out of that fear space and walk forward with a little bit more confidence. And I just really honestly feel like people need to know. I feel like there is, no, I don't know what just happened, but it like froze up. I just feel like people need to know what the truth really is and what's happening here. So I did hear a little bit of good news, and to me, I felt like it was really good news. I don't know how you guys will feel about it, but Trump has stopped testing on aborted fetal tissue. And so it's kind of put a halt right now to WHO, the World Health Organization, and their research and study into vaccinating us. So I don't know how long it'll be a halt. I don't know if they're going to find a way around it, or, I'm sure they will. But something's going on, and I can't say exactly what it is because there's so many moving parts to it, but I feel like Trump is trying to help us in ways that, maybe we're not all seeing it. There's a lot, like I said, happening behind the scenes. The fact that hydrochloroquine is working, and he is, saying have a conversation with your doctor about it, even though Dr. Fauci is semi against that. Dr. Fauci is deep state. He's been a part of the government for a very long time. His agendas are not the American people. His agendas are to change our world into the New World Order scenario. They're trying to push that narrative. So is Bill Gates. So any kind of slow down to the process of us being forced to take vaccinations is a win, in my opinion, regardless of whether or not you like this president. If he does something that is helpful, I'm appreciative. And for anybody, out there that is pushing any kind of truth, doing anything to ground people, I'm appreciative for all of that. Let me get over here to this feed because it looks like it's busy. Let's see. Hey, you know what? Teresa just said something about the memorial, and I was tripping out. I think Victoria, is that her name? Victoria, beautiful English woman. She also has a YouTube channel. Anyways, I think she posted it because she attended the memorial in order to gain video for us. And were they or were they not singing to the governing body? Like a song totally dedicated to the governing body. I was like, what? That was not a song that was ever around when I was in the organization. I never sang a song to the governing body. That is just crazy to me. Like, if that doesn't say you're worshiping the governing body, I just don't know what does. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to... My poor biscuits, they got super golden. I wanted them to not be so golden, a little bit like softer inside, but oh well. Okay, let's see. Oh, I have trouble with my stove. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna get back over here real quick. Gary, did you just retract your message? Why'd you do that? Jonathan says, I'm sure we will get back to normal soon. Just stay home as much as possible, or as much as you can. Eat properly, and also social distancing. Yes, let me say that. Let me reiterate that. Our world is changing in lots of ways, and we, as human beings, are changing in lots of ways because of this. However, even though a lot of what we're being fed is not truthful, this virus is real. Real people are suffering. Real people are dying. Maybe not in the numbers that we're being shown and told, but it is real. So let's be sure to do our part to stay at home so that we can get through this as quick as possible. Do your social distancing. If you are gloving up when you leave, make sure that you go and watch a video about how to properly remove your gloves and dispose of them so that you're not doing yourself a disservice. Make sure that you are wearing your mask when you go out, because it's not only a protection for you, but it's a protection for others. That's one way that we can show community, is to make sure that we're doing our best to protect ourselves, and not only ourselves, but others from us. So that's really important. I'm never, even though I'm really against all of the bullshit and shenanigans that's happening around all of this, I'm not one to play with fire. Maybe when I was younger, but not so much anymore. I'm all about be safe. I mean, like I just shared with you, I have a son that's high risk. It's important. Be safe. Oh, okay. Gary says he misspelled a word. That's why he took his, I think that's what he was saying. He retracted his comment. Hey, Jay, what's up? Oh, was that a joke? Oh, okay. I didn't know. I was like, a governing body song? What the hell? Okay, I get it. All right, if you guys sent me a request, it's my name on Instagram and on Facebook are exactly the same. If you find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram as well. Every once in a while, I just need a Facebook break because it's just so intense sometimes. So if I'm not on Facebook, I tend to be on IG a little bit more, just because maybe my feed is just different there. And it just is, like, my feed on Instagram is a lot more high vibe, spiritual type community that I connect with there. As to where on my Facebook, I connect with everybody. So I see a lot of different things in each of those different places. So if you are my friend on Facebook and not on Instagram, jog over, request me on Instagram. I usually keep my profiles private just because I do post a lot of pictures of my children. That's my pride and joy. So that's what I do. And so therefore I end up just making them private. So request me on there. I'll accept you. If it takes me a little while because I just don't know who's who, because a lot of times, your pictures here don't match your pictures on just like mine don't, on our social media. inbox me and let me know so I can go over and I can accept you. I'm going to get going for today. I got to get these kids some food. Thanks for joining me. Who knows? I might pop on again later. We'll just see how the day goes. Look, the sun's coming out. I don't know how it is where you guys are, but the sun's coming out. Go enjoy the sun. Get some vitamin D. Smile. Take a walk your dog. Be safe. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.